Shibai Shinjutsu. If you acquire just one of these abilities, you automatically scale to becoming one of the strongest shinobi ever, as proved by Boruto. That's because Shinjutsu is the origin of every jutsu ever made, as revealed by Amado. In fact, jutsu is simply humanity's failed attempt at replicating these divine techniques. To put into perspective how OP these Shinjutsu are, using them, Shibai can literally become untouchable, as he can simply bend time and reality to his will to achieve the perfect outcome to everything he desires. That being said, there was another person who was able to understand the reality warping effect of omnipotence by using his own Shinjutsu to prepare for the inevitable future where his memories would be altered. Kashin Koji. This is thanks to prescience, or 10 directions. This technique allows Kashin Koji to glimpse into multiple possible futures that may or may not happen, one of which being the world where omnipotence changed everything, which is how he was able to prepare himself to counter it. Like much of Naruto, this concept is inspired by Buddhism, where it's known as Jippo in Japanese. This represents all physical space in the universe, with the 10 directions being the 8 typical compass points plus up and down. In Buddhist texts, it's explained that he exists everywhere in all directions, encompassing the past, present, and future. Kishimoto then adapted this concept into Koji's Shinjutsu power. By using prescience, Koji knew that Naruto would unlock Bion mode and that Kawaki would kill Ishiki. This also explains how Koji subconsciously sensed his fate was tied to Konoha. Koji explained how prescience informed him that the timeline isn't linear and is more like a battle royale of multiple possible futures, each competing to become the real one. Essentially, it's like a car driving on a road that leads down multiple paths, with each one representing a different future. Once the driver turns off down one path, the others are erased from existence and replaced with new roads consisting of other new futures. For instance, in one future that never came to pass, Naruto was killed by Ishiki, meaning he fully resurrected in Kawaki, leading to the destruction of Earth. In another possible future, Kawaki went rogue, sealing Naruto away, and then succeeded in killing both Boruto and Sarada. Then Code defeated Kawaki and fed him to the God Tree. After realizing what Koji was seeing was the future, he worked together with Boruto to try and stop the worst possible future from occurring, a future where the Shinju evolved and detached themselves from Code. Thus, Koji went to work making Boruto the most broken shinobi to ever live. You see, by looking into every future, Koji went to work training Boruto in every technique that different future Borutos learned. For example, in one timeline, adult Boruto learned the Flying Raijin, in another he learned Rasengan Uzuhiko. Therefore, Koji gave Boruto an unlock all cheat code to make him a Boruto Greatest Hits album. This is on top of Boruto's training from Sasuke and his own Shinjutsu. Starting with the Karma Seal. This gives Boruto all of Momoshiki's years worth of battle experience. And let's not forget that he was capable of this. Thanks to the Karma turning Boruto into an Otsutsuki, it gives him a plethora of abilities that no other shinobi have, one of which is Boruto's control over his chakra signal, allowing him to completely erase it, something only Kawaki could also do. This means Boruto could assassinate anyone without being detected, a bit like... That's just the beginning though, as all of Boruto's abilities are amplified by the Karma, as it automatically boosts his speed, strength, and jutsu power to a godlike level. On top of that, it grants Boruto space-time ninjutsu, allowing him to take over from Batman Sensei as Konoha's only 5-star Uber driver. However, the primary ability of Karma allows Boruto to absorb any incoming chakra-based jutsu and even heal himself. The ability to do this means 99% of ninja would be powerless against Boruto unless they were able to use something natural, which is the Karma's weakness. This is why Kashin Koji summoned real flames to combat Jigen. Additionally, Boruto naturally possesses the Otsutsuki ability to fly thanks to the Karma Otsutsukifying him, which he used effectively against Mitsuki and to humiliate Code. Now, bear in mind that even the weakest Otsutsuki can conquer planets, yet Naruto easily overpowered one. This proves that Boruto's Shinjutsu puts his power level on a planetary scale. If we take a look at chapter 689, Kage Kaguya was going to use a truth-seeking orb to blow up an entire dimension. She also creates multiple interconnected ones, each with their own respective small planets, as shown in the OVA credits of the day Naruto became Hokage when Sasuke's traveling. When we connect this to Naruto's battle with Toneri, we start to understand the scale of all this. Toneri focused all his chakra into an energy blast that hit Naruto, but despite his chakra being nearly depleted, Naruto tanked the attack, which left a crater larger than an entire village. Half of the moon was split, and so Boruto being stronger than this is pretty damn crazy. But it's even crazier when you recall that Boruto actually has two Shinjutsu, as the other is the Jogan. But first we have to talk about two others which, whilst fulfilling all the criteria to be a Shinjutsu, it's a little wishy-washy. Starting with Urashiki's Rinnegan, because whilst the Rinnegan itself isn't a Shinjutsu, the abilities of his blue one are equally as broken. That's because when Urashiki senses an incoming attack, he can warp several seconds into the past, making it look like they teleported out of harm's way. But that is only one aspect of this ability, as by using this technique over and over, it actually gives them a sort of clairvoyance. They start predicting what's going to happen next, allowing them to create the perfect counterattack against any opponent, other than good writing, that is. But here's the catch. Since Urashiki using this power is experiencing more time than everybody else, he could end up in a dangerous situation for too long. The other honorable mention we have to talk about is Hagoromo and the creation of all things, because it ticks all the boxes to be a Shinjutsu, being a divine technique which derives from chakra but without the use of hand signs. First, Hagoromo starts by using his imagination and the spiritual energy that makes up Yin chakra to create a physical form out of nothing. Then he adds the physical energy of Yang chakra to breathe life into these creations, giving birth to the likes of the tailed beasts. Nonetheless, we of course have to talk about the Shinjutsu destined to change everything up next, Boruto's Jogan. Toneri accelerated the activation of this pure eye and sent him a message saying, "Your eye is the star of hope. The power of hope slumbers deep within you against destruction that will eventually come to pass." What makes this dojutsu stand out above the rest is because the Jogan grants Boruto abilities similar to all three major dojutsu. For instance, it allows him to see the entire chakra pathway system, its flow, and even the Tenketsu points, much like the Byakugan. Boruto also used it to see through invisible barriers, much like Pain did with his Rinnegan when searching for Konoha's barrier. However, Boruto takes this even a step further, as his Jogan allows him to see across different dimensions, such as when he spotted Urashiki before he emerged from his portal. You see, Urashiki's portal jutsu was identical to Kaguya's, which had once confused Naruto and Sasuke, but even at just 12 years old, Boruto handled it with ease. The Jogan also functions similarly to the Sharingan, as Boruto used it to read Momoshiki's muscle movements and anticipate his attacks, enabling him to dodge and counter them effortlessly. Thus, it's no wonder that Urashiki called this dojutsu troublesome. Boruto even unlocked Naruto's ability to sense negative emotions with it, but took it another step further, using the Jogan to spot an opponent's weak points, much like when he fought Nue at just 8 years old. So yeah, starting to realize why these divine techniques are reserved for the gods? Make sure to comment below which is your favorite of these Shinjutsu. Now, if you enjoyed this video and want to experience more peak fiction, then make sure you click the video on your screen right now.